a YouTuber who's been like accused of shit.
I know. I actually caught my own reflection. I was like, oh fuck it, I look as if I'm gonna give you like PlayStation cheats.
You look like you're going to try and make me buy into your loot crate scam.
Yeah, but before we don't go any further, guys, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you next week.
Now dab, Larry, dab.
What's dabbing again? Is
What
that
is
the fucking...
dabbing?
Oh, yeah, fucking that shit, yeah. How are you all?
Good, you?
Cool. Nice to meet you, Louise.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I'm doing that thing
Yeah,
again and pointing to the cameras.
Mate, come on, man. Fucking hell, mate. I'm a bit like, what's it called? A bit all over the joint. Just I had a nap and I've kind of just woken up. But also, boyfriend's living with me now, so he was in the toilet. I had to pee in the kitchen sink. So
Oh no!
I don't know what to feel at the moment. There's so many emotions.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
The dread of doing the dishes.
Dread of doing the dish.
Yeah, totally. I've been excited about this for ages, though. I'm excited about.
But I'm interested as to how. I mean, my kitchen's sink's quite high. Did you have to stand on anything?
Larry's a very tall, bendy
is he really
boy.
tall? Are you tall?
Oh, yeah.
But he can get a good angle. He can bend right back like he's Michael Jackson in a music video. And I can imagine if he gets the angle right, they would even have to stand.
Oh, I don't even need the angle. My thing's shaped like a giraffe neck, so it's just gonna.
What?
Like one of those telescopes in a submarine.
It's a periscope.
What was so odd about going back on Mum's Net is I actually felt a bit like almost triggered looking on Mum's Net again, because usually I sign up to Mum's Net whenever I'm going through a breakup.
Do you?
Yeah, they're fucking like Mum's Net is the best place if you need answers to like if you're going through a breakup, because there's just so much. Because if you go on any other form like Reddit or like what's the other ones, like any other form,
Yeah.
it's not really empathy you're gonna get.
Yeah,
You're
they don't
gonna
give a
get
shit.
roasted. Yeah. But mums are much more empathetic.
Oh, son, you're right, son.
Exactly. The problem is I have to pretend to be a woman on there, and that's not cool.
I've never actually Mum's night. That sounds like something else.
That's the other one.
Sexy. I've never actually spent any time on it. Like I've never, I mean, obviously I know it exists and I'm aware of posts and all that sort of business, but I've never actually had a proper good route through it.
Yeah.
Just because I mean I know it sort of transcends the idea of being a mum, but yeah, I've just went whatever. But like I'm like that with most of the things on the internet nowadays.
Really?
I can't be bothered.
Oh, but the thing is, so you're an actor. Are you not getting the thing? Because I used to go out for an actor. Do you not get the thing of like how you have some auditions? They even go, you have to have like 10,000 followers on Instagram to get this audition.
Well, I'm not an influencer like you. Do you know what I mean? I'm
I'm
not good at the game codes, the cheat codes. I don't have a YouTube. No. I mean, I have seen posts about that sort of thing. About like, yeah, we want somebody that's got a bit of a following online, but they tend to be a bit younger because I'm a wee bit older probably than you two. But
I didn't
tend
think
to be
that.
younger
The
people.
only thing that's giving that away is the plant behind you. Like, oh, she's got a plant.
It's alive. The plant's alive.
Larry's got a Baby Yoda and I've got a fucking material backdrop for when I'm doing my cosplay.
There's a wee Cylon. We've got a Cylon back here as well.
That's fine.
So there is things. I was admiring your Baby Yoda actually.
Oh, thanks. Not even
Grogu. Is Grogu? Grogu is it?
It's my partner's. My stuff's all the other crap. Like the Gizmo and the Drop Dead Fred doll.
Whose is the headwig?
The metal thingy.
No, the baby owl, your dick.
That's Nick's as well.
Okay, I like Nick.
Because I didn't even know what it was.
Get Nick on. Come on.
I know,
Nick
to be honest, I
likes the same
probably
stuff.
should.
What does he look like?
Still in the toilet.
I don't think, is that the boy on your Instagram who you fart near?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, he's
I'm sticking to my influencer stuff. But yeah, no, I'm getting what do you call it? Those videos. It's odd because everyone now knows them from me farting next to him. So immediately people meet him with sympathy, which is odd. It's kind of not good for the self of worth when someone meets someone going, God, it's a shame what you have to put up with for that. But don't worry, give it a couple of years, he'll probably break up with me and I'll be back on Mum's Net.
Oh.
And it all goes in a circle.
This episode is sponsored anonymously by a listener who wants us to tell you about Spinal Track. Spinal Track is a charity which sets up track and racing days for disabled drivers and car enthusiasts with cars that have been specially modified so that they can experience the joy of racing round a track. It's an absolute brilliant charity and it's something you should definitely check out. Thank you so much to that listener for sponsoring this episode, and thank you for using your sponsorship for something so good. If you want to sponsor an episode of Are We Being Unreasonable, how do we do that, Sean?
If you would like to sponsor our show, you can get in touch with us on Twitter or Facebook at AWBU Podcast.
Thank you so much for listening or watching. Remember to like and subscribe.
Story one, anyone want to come and mourn the reality versus expectation of new purchases with me? I bought this beautiful jacket online. In my mind, I'd look like Blondie in the 80s, very rock and roll and all round awesome. In reality, I look like a giant angry teddy bear / Yeti. I have broad shoulders and a bust, although slim in general, and it doesn't do me any favours. I wanted it for ages and it's now sold out, and so the joy of getting it in my size just in time is sadly wasted. It's a beautiful jacket, just not on me. Anybody else want to come and mourn reality versus fantasy with me? So
I shop online all the fucking time, and you know that I buy shite.
You buy the biggest amount of shite.
Have you ever seen that thing that's like the hula hoop that's not a hula hoop, that you put the thing around your waist and then the weight spins round you?
Oh,
and it's
yeah, I have, yeah.
Yeah, but that broke within 3 uses. Also, not designed for a chunkier person. I had to buy an extender clip for it. Like a fat person on an aeroplane.
What did you see the advert? Like, did you see it like online, or was it an actual Instagram?
That's where Instagram for some reason gets me right at like 2 a.m, where I'm feeling very body conscious, and convinces me that if I buy a £30 plastic wiggle board, I'll lose 3 stone.
And you'll sort your life out. Yeah, you buy that board.
That on a wiggle board. I bought it. I own the wiggle board. I don't know why you're telling me to buy it. I've bought the wiggle board. I see any stupid thing you've seen advertised. I bought the powders that lady on Instagram told you cured her boyfriend of cancer.
I don't know what the powders are, but I'm interested.
It's mainly just seaweed and ashwagandha root.
Oh yeah, of course.
Right, I might sound stupid here, right? But I'm genuinely wondering what is a wiggle board, because I realised what I did was I nodded along and was like, yeah, I know what that is. But I didn't realise, I was like, oh yeah, we're going to go into detail but talk about this. Oh shit, I need to know what a wiggle board is to continue.
It's like a surfboard, but it's like curved. So then you stand on it and then you wiggle.
Right, and is it aerobics? Is it like for...
Mate, it's just a piece of fucking shite plastic that somebody's went, it's an exercise, and it's not a fucking exercise.
It's like, the idea is it's going to like, you have to keep your core tight to sort of keep yourself upright. Do you know what I mean? Right. So that's what it's supposed to do. But I imagine you just kind of stand on it and nothing really happens, and you get bored, and then you just put it under the beds, and that's it.
Oh, actually, there is a place that's similar. There's a place in Shawlands. I don't know if it's still open. My mum used to go there a lot, but it was like wee cubicles, and you'd basically stand on what looked like a running machine, but the whole running machine would just vibrate.
I've got one of them.
Yeah.
You got one of them?
Yeah. I bought it from Japan. It was like 40 quid, and it shouts at me in Japanese, and it shakes me.
What I loved though is, doing it in public, going to like do it in Shawlands, is that you could hear people talking over the cubicles with each other, but their voices vibrating, so it just sounded like they're brain up when they're talking about things.
It's called a VibraFit.
A VibraFit. Is that kind of bullshit they say of like, oh, it puts electromagnetic pulses into your muscles and then it makes your muscles do it without you getting tired?
No, that's the, oh my god, what's that one? That's the Pro Trainer.
Yeah, like the things, the ab trainer things. So yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get that because I knew that was just going to electrocute me, and I'm scared of electricity. But I got the Shuckle box. I've got the Shuckle box, the wiggle board, the not hula hoop. I got the thing where you kneel and then you wheel back and forth.
Oh yeah, yep, I've had that as well.
Well, that's got elastic bands attached to it. It's just I love buying shit on the internet.
I've never bought anything like for fitness wise. Like I've got, because I do yoga and Pilates and all that. What do you call it, divorcee sports, and
so that's like, I always think it's like middle-aged women having a life crisis.
Yeah,
sports
totally.
Is what it is. It's like by the time you're 39, you go, what do I want to do in my life? I'm going to become a yoga instructor. That's what I'm going to do. That's it.
Yoga Pilates 69 is my mum's net name. So, but they've got these bands that you just put under your feet and then you like lift them up like that.
Got one of them.
I've got that.
Yeah, I'm a bit like, I mean, it's kind of basically just like trying to get your socks off in the morning. It's not exactly like, it's like the unbreakable plastic bag. So that's as far as I've ever gone, because I don't think I've ever. But I march through town and that. I just go for walks constantly. I don't, because whenever, like, you know, obviously on Instagram it kind of specifically goes, we know you've bought this before, but what do you think of this? That I've only ever get shown like bizarre kind of hoodies and shit like that of like, hey, it's a wee spaceman that's holding up the entire universe.
Gamer 69.
Oh yeah. Oh, here's the film that only you like. It's usually that. Especially, I've found that I'm buying a lot more of them during lockdown because it's nice to, since you're not allowed to really meet your mates, you have to kind of show you've got a personality on your t-shirt. So I've been compensating with that.
Have you ever bought anything, Larry, that you've looked cool and then it arrived and it was shit?
But I don't think I got slagged off quite a lot a couple of months ago because I went to buy stuff to get rid of a ghost in my flat.
A ghost?
Yeah, that was.
What do you buy to get rid of a ghost in your flat?
Did it work?
It did actually really work, right? Because basically, this poltergeist was hanging about the house and hanging about the house.
It's just...
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was doing my nut and he beat me on FIFA, but 4 times. I was like, mate, you've outdone your stay here.
He's not even paying any rent either.
And that's why I had to wait to get in the toilet earlier on. They were taking fucking ages in there.
Larry doesn't have a boyfriend. It's just the poltergeist. He's entered into a toxic relationship with a spiritual entity.
To be fair, that'd be the fucking best relationship I could ever hope for. I absolutely love that. What do you call it? Basically, me and Nick were in bed, and then one of my aftershave bottles started sliding along as if it was sliding along the thing as if the whole room was on a curve, like on a hill, and it just fell off. And then another couple of things happened. I got poked in the back by it as well. And I had whispering in my ear that woke me up. But quite a few and also when we were in bed, the kitchen tap started going off like in full pelt. It was proper weird.
A wet ass poltergeist poked you in the back, whispered sweet nothings in your ear and wanted to sniff your aftershave. It's probably some fucking lonely old lady ghost that's like, oh, I want to smell like him, and then gushing her fanny under the tap.
But Ashley, you'll fucking love what we got advice for. Basically, I says to Nick, I'm like, right, I want to get rid of the ghost, right? Obviously, I said it quietly because I didn't want the ghost to know. I want to get rid of the ghost, man, right? And he was like, oh, we should go to the witch's shop, right? Apparently, there's a witch's shop in Glasgow.
Well, there's many witches shops in Glasgow, Larry.
Is there? Oh, I have no idea. Well, the one on High Street, the burger is really, really nice, right? And I'm going to keep shop. I'm just going to... Hopefully I don't get more ghosts, but she sells incense sticks as well. And she has nice wrapping. So I'll keep going there. But she was like, right, so you need sage. Because apparently ghosts hate Christmas dinner. And so you need to burn sage through the house to get rid of them. And when I was there, also because we thought, well, maybe we'll get a Ouija board, because it'd be nice to chat to the ghost before it goes. Because they sell Ouija boards there as well. Yeah, see you after. So we did the sage thing, and then I swear to God, right, I'm not making this up. I'm not mental, right? This is the problem with ghosts: is they gaslight you. They make you think you're mental. But when we did the sage thing in the house, like a pair of nail clippers got thrown from against the wall, as in like it was pissed off. It was clearing the air out.
Well, do you blame it?
Oh no, to be fair,
it's a bit rude, isn't it? Try to get rid of him or her.
Yeah,
Who knows?
Oh God, how 2021 are you? Like, don't gender specify the spirits.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that
had a rough time.
I don't think that's an example of a bad purchase, because you did manage to stab your ghost away.
No, because the problem with buying that was with the sage. First of all, with the sage, I was expecting to go to a witch shop and she was going to be like, "Don't worry, I'll sort out," and she was going to pure Ghostbusters it up and like have a fucking Hoover and all that. But then telling my pals about this, because most people don't believe in ghosts, and I was a bit skeptical, like, but before this, and now I'm like, yeah, I totally believe in it because I've seen it. And but now tell my pals, they honestly, this is the reason why it's a bad purchase, is now my mates think that I've lost my mind during lockdown, and I kind of wish I kept the ghost around a bit longer so my pals could stay over and then they could experience it as well, and I'd be like, look, I'm not crazy.
I'm just going to say right now, listeners, Derek O'Connor is dead. Larry could be the next fucking ghost cunt. I would be your assistant, mate. I would happily be your chubby assistant who walks about with a spirit box, turning the knob and hearing if there's any voices coming through the crackling air of the spirit realm. I'm totally down for this.
Your spirit level?
Oh mate, Larry, this is a TV opportunity. Larry the Ghost Hunter featuring Ashley. It's going to be a hit. You've got your sage stick. We'll get the witch to come in. We'll just like wander about. You can be like, "Can you hear me, spirits?" And then it will turn out the spirit speaks Gaelic. We'll get Gaelic funding money. We'll get a Gaelic translator in. Bob's your uncle. We're on Alba.
Oh man,
and that's big bucks.
Love that idea. I love the idea, but I think the reality of it will be, Ashley, is both of us will go into an abandoned building and be like, oh my god, do you hear that? Quiet. Oh,
100%. Oh no, it's a farting ghost again. Another farting ghost. So weird. Every episode, it's a farting ghost.
Oh fuck! So I forgot to say, by the way, what the bird said to me in the shop. She said this to us. She goes, she said, I think because it was just when Nick was moving in, and then she goes, I think it's actually the ghost might be a gay ghost and is jealous that the person who usually lives in the house has now got a lover. And she said, so I think you should light a candle and say to the ghost, we appreciate you might have had a difficult time of being a homosexual in the past, but you can be happy for us now because we are free. And I said to her, I was so cheeky, I said to her at the end, I was like, should we put a hashtag at the end of that?
A gay ghost, Larry, a gay angry. This is like when I went ghost hunting in that gay club and it was a slave ghost.
What?
I told you this, haven't I, Sean?
Yeah.
Tom Ury, Sharon, fucking Rooney, Anna Devitt went to Delmonico's or one of the big gay clubs that was haunted at the middle of the night after closing with this ghost hunter, and he walked about with a spirit box and he was like, basically what it is this was used as a slave transportation point and the slaves don't like the gays. So it's a wee slave ghost baby that's pushing cunts down the stairs, and I was pissing myself the entire time. And you know how Tom Ury's proper like, oh, and tell me more. And I was like, could we not fucking engage with this mental pair? And his girlfriend had purple hair and she had a wee teddy bear that lit up. And she's like, that's for the wee ghost babies so that they've got something to interact with.
Oh my god.
And I just couldn't. It was so good.
So is it Dell's that you said that was at as well?
Yes.
All right.
Estelle's got a downstairs.
The Polo Lounge has got a downstairs.
Yeah,
No, it wasn't the Polo because the staff from the Polo Lounge had a walkie-talkie in it and were taking the piss. And we're like, oh, I'm a ghost! I'm a ghost! And it was great.
I'm angry! I'm going to poke you in the back!
To be fair, a lot of times in gay bars, I have heard people go, oh, that's nice.
Right, this is all material for our new podcast, Ghost Hunting. Louise, have you ever bought anything? Have you ever bought anything off Wish.com?
Do you know what? I haven't, but like picking up on your stuff from Instagram, you probably know what this is, but I bought one of those mats that have got all the spiky needles in it.
I've been tempted.
Right, well, because there's obviously the Instagram ones are like quite pricey. So
well,
I
like get itchy because I just thought I could roll on it and get a good scratch.
Well, you think it'll be fine. It'll be totally fine. I'll go in it. I'll be relaxed. It'll get my blood flowing. And then you try it for the first time, and it's horrific. It's absolutely horrible.
It's sore.
It's sore, and it's like you're supposed to lie on it, and they go for the first time that you lie on it, you should wear a thin t-shirt with cotton like covering or whatever. Lie back and relax, and it is kind of fine. And you go, all right, okay, this is quite comfortable, quite relaxing. And then you go, I'm ready to move on. I'm going to do this naked, right? So you take your toe path, and you lie back in it. And then you're in absolute agony, and your back looks like it's been. What's those torture devices that used to go? The Iron Maidens. Mm-hmm. It feels like like it's horrible. But actually, weirdly, if you persevere, you can fall asleep on it.
Really?
Which is and it is kind of works. Part of me goes, Louise, this is a load of bullshit. Another part of me goes, well, I did fall asleep in a bunch of spikes, so something's working.
Louise, you sound like every one of my friends who's gone out with an arsehole and is like, yeah, but if you kind of stick with it, it's alright. And it's like, but why? Why would you want to stick with it? That's like, why? Louise, why would you want to fall asleep if it's that, the phrase, oh, if you keep trying, it's fine, you can kind of fall asleep.
To be
I'm
fair,
sure you can fall asleep on a bed of nails, Louise.
It's during lockdown, right? So I had a lot of time.
Okay.
And I had nothing else to do apart. Like I'm testing my limits, but they're quite good once you sort of get used to it. They tell you can stand on it, but that's a completely different ballgame. I'm not ever doing that.
Do you know what the thing? And I've talked about it, Sean. I'm going to talk about it again because they might one day be my sponsors. The thing that keeps getting advertised to me that I haven't yet bought, but it's slowly moving up the list, is the massage gun that I'm convinced is just a sex toy that they're advertising as.
I've got one, remember?
Yeah, I had a shot of one last week, actually.
I bought one
Did you
for my
put
wife.
it on your fanny, Louise?
It would like break your pelvis.
I know. I was horrified when you said that. It would kill you.
This is a thing. I googled it. I went on Pornhub.com. I looked up massage gun porn. It's very much in the man region. Gay men put it on the tip of their cocks with a wee fork bit and then go like that with their penises. But Nicole Byers, the host of Nailed It on Netflix, she tweeted last week, oh, I bought one of those massage guns, really helped my thighs, also my pussy. Yes. And it's gone mainstream. It's gone.
Maybe there's a setting that's like a bit lower.
Is it doing, that thing, the chairs, the massage chairs at airports, and then the hands come out almost?
No,
like,
it's not like that. It's not a ball. It's not a rotating shiatsu ball thing.
It's like a sort of bit of machinery. It's like
a big
proper
gun.
Yeah, like big gun that like goes boom, 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 boom.
It looks like a
Fucking
drill.
hammers, eh? It looks like a drill.
The beginning of EastEnders, yeah? Boom,
Yeah, pretty much.
I am 100% convinced that is like the Hitachi magic wand neck massager that was actually for the vagina. I am 100% convinced that this is people are just putting this on their dicks and puss.
I was going to ask you buy so much shit, what gets advertised to you on social media? So what it is they advertise exercise equipment that could be used for sexual purposes.
I get advertised sex toys constantly because Beauty Bay, where I buy all my makeup, sells dildos, and so does Wish.com, where I buy all my wigs. So I get advertised vibrators constantly, really high-end ones.
That's
I
because
don't
you're
know if
the
that
only
makes me a
person.
fancier person.
Yeah, it's quite
That's
fancy.
because you're the only person on Wish that's buying wigs. They're like, she's the only one that's not buying vibrators. Just send her adverts.
I bought a Edwardian gown off Wish.com and a
Really?
pompadour wig, and it's great. I feel so fancy.
Actually, have you guys ever been
I love
like
it.
advertised the because have you ever been advertised that stuff? There's one thing I remember I did buy, and it's probably more in the kind of exercisey realm. Did you guys ever get advertised those like back straighteners?
Yes, I've got one.
Oh, cool! So have I. So what one have you got? Oh my god, this is so exciting!
I've got the bendy one that's got the neck attachment as well, if you want it. Oh, are you talking about the harness?
yeah, the wee harness.
Yeah, no, I've got that as well.
The worst backpack in
I've
history.
seen that. As if it's to help straighten out your posture.
Yeah.
Did not work at all, but I felt like a detective when I wore it because it's like a holster.
Well, I've got no holster.
Yeah.
You could put your big, what do you call it, Theragun in there.
Yeah.
Because the one that I got, because I asked my Pilates instructor, I was like, oh, why is this not working? She was like, because it's only just pushing the top bit up. She said, you got to like get your core involved. So there's one, and it does actually work. It's basically like a wee backpacky thing, but then it goes back round, goes round your diaphragm kind of area.
Oh.
And then so it basically pushes your lats down, and then it makes your stomach kind of take over a lot of the pressure that your
I'm sold. Give me it now.
Cool, you can borrow mine anytime.
I've got the back stretcher thing that you put on the floor that's like a hump and then you lie on it and it's supposed to stretch your
that
spine.
looks painful.
The first time I did it, something clicked and I couldn't move my left leg for like 8 hours. It was really weird. I had to like keep rocking back and forward until something clicked back into place and then I could walk again. But I was fucked for 3 whole hours. I was scared to tell my mum because I knew she'd shout at me. Like, Mum, I've paralysed myself and stuff and I put off Instagram.
I see. Have you because if you guys like to buy like these impulse purchase things, there's a TikTok account called like Amazon Buyer, and they, oh god, I can't believe this will be like recorded and it'll be shown as evidence of why Ashley lost all her money and sold everything her family owned because of this addiction to internet shopping. But it's like something called Amazon Buyer, something like that, and it just shows you all the cool weird stuff that you probably, like when you go on Etsy or Amazon or whatever, and you kind of type something into the search box and you just kind of like, oh, I wonder if there's such a thing as like a Kermit the Frog tea towel or something like that. And yeah, there is. And but this thing is just the one that points all this stuff out to you, going, you had no idea that this existed. And then it shows you, because there's things that like can turn lights on and off automatically, and that's how I got the poltergeist. But yeah, I'll send it to you after this.
No, don't give me any more
Please don't
conduits to buy it.
Ashley.
To be fair, I have monetized my spending habits so badly. Like I do like Twitches now where I open stuff and people pay me money to open stuff, and I'm like, oh, thank you so much for that money, which I'm now going to spend on another handmaid's hat this time, and the biggest one I can find. You ever bought anything, Sean, that you didn't get what you thought you were going to get?
My wife does it all the time. She buys all that. She got like a pin cushion thing. It was horrible. I tried P90X once and I bought a pull-up bar, but it would only fit on my bathroom door. You got to like hook it onto the door. It would only fit in the bathroom door. And I was trying it one day and it fucking came right off the door and I fell backwards and hit my back on the toilet. And I couldn't breathe basically for like a month.
Oh my God.
I just stopped doing it after that. I thought, no.
Do you want my back stretcher?
Yeah. You could use my pin thing as well if you want to try and relax it.
Larry can send you his harness that goes around your diaphragm.
Or you could get the ghost. Get the ghost, just poke him in the back.
Yeah, just slowly.
I was going to say, I'll get the poltergeist to deliver it all to you.
That was years ago, so my back's okay now. But yeah, I threw the pull-up bar out.
Do you ever bought any clothes online that you thought were going to be cool and then they arrived and it made you look like a knob?
I hate clothes buying. I absolutely hate it because I'm such an awkward size or shape that nothing ever fits me and I always send it back. So no, not really.
I try and avoid just like the online stuff as well, but at heart I'm kind of like sort of quite like not gothy, but like I like lots of black stuff and like have lots of pleather, you know, and like chokers and all that sort of business. And in my mind, I'm like, I am going to look like some fucking cool, like witch, or like one of the guys from like one of the women from The Craft, or I'm just going to look super cool, like a badass baddie from a superhero film. But in reality, I'm just like Shirley Carter from EastEnders. Do you know what I mean? It's like I'm always like, oh, I can do that, I can pull this off, and you try it on, you're like, nah. And obviously when you start to get older as well, you're like, yes, this look isn't quite working for me anymore. But yeah, no, I have got a couple of pleather outfits that maybe should have stayed in the shop.
But you know, I find that thing, it's nice when someone buys it for you rather than you buying it online. Then you have to wear it, and you kind of, even though you kind of think, all right, this looks a bit stupid, but you think, but they bought it for me, so they're taking the blame for this. Like, because I've always wanted like a baseball jacket. The kind of what do you call it? Letterman jacket.
Letterman.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'm not cool enough to pull off a Letterman jacket. Like, it just doesn't fit my complexion and my voice and my face. But then Nick for Christmas got us a Letterman jacket, and I was a bit like, this, like, he says it looks nice on me, so that's the only person I need to impress.
Aww.
But I'm a bit like, well, people are going to make fun of me for this, but it's cool because I don't need anyone, because I've got Sandra and it's like, I'm tempted to, what's it called? I'll send you a picture after, Ashley, of me wearing my Letterman jacket, because at the same time you can see in my face. Do you ever get that thing of like, you go back into your 15-year-old self at school and you think, will this make me get bullied? I'm fucking 31 and I still look at clothes items and go, oh no, people pick on me if I wear that.
I was always getting bullied, so I just fucking double down on it, and I'm like, oh, if you're going to fucking bully me, then you might as well bully me for my cool Star Trek Letterman jacket. Which I love.
Hold on, have you got a Letterman jacket?
Yeah, it's red sleeves, black body. It says Starfleet on the back of it, and it's got the Star Trek badges on it.
Well, you know how the Ghostbusters had a uniform, Ashley? Well, we've got two people in Letterman jackets going into these abandoned houses.
It'd be so good.
Ashley story corner.
Right, let's go to Story Corner. People have got in touch and told us about the things they've bought and the mistakes they've made.
Right.
Linda says, never, and I mean never, ever drink wine and order anything. I ordered scissors. I don't remember ordering them. I don't remember why, but I'm now the proud owner of Elite Scissors.
Elite scissors.
And Susan's replied, I know somebody who ordered a cat when drunk. And Michelle said, don't buy from Wish. Bought a jumper for my grand's miniature schnauzer. It arrived after the dog died. And probably would have fit a mouse. So... It was too small, and this one's weird. I bought a bra from Amazon with good reviews. I bought a size up according to their own chart. It had no cups. Like,
What?
I think it was
just like a band.
And the band was 2 sizes too small. I don't know. I'm so shocked that, like, what does a bra with no cups look like? That sounds like a philosophical question that, like, has to be in a special book.
It sounds like your holster that you bought. That's what that would just be.
And Ruthie has given us Ruth Blackie's given us an old school one. An oldie, but the disappointment's still palpable. The product was a huge success despite the fact that the sea monkeys in reality were brine shrimp, disappointing millions of kids by not looking remotely like the characters on the product package. I don't know if you remember the sea monkeys cover, but it was like a sea king and queen and all the little babies, and they look like mermaids. I got a colony of sea monkeys that live in my gut.
Have you?
I'm assuming so. I ate a packet and the activator when I was like a teenager as a dare. And then ever since then, that's why I started burping really viciously. You know how I get, like, I can't stop burping? Ever since then, that's when it happened.
Oh my God.
Well, I've just got worms, so.
I used to love getting worms because you got that orange tablet.
Yeah, that fucking mental, like, that's like that's the best medicine in the world, because no other illness do they go, it's one pill, unless you're entering the Matrix or something, but there's
And it's
only
an
one
orange
of
chewy.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed sweets when I was little, so I used to be like, yes, I've got worms and get an orange chew it.
Well, there was that weird thing about, like, speaking of, like, sweeties as a kid, do you remember that thing about spearmint polos? And he said if you had polo, you remember the polos with the wee blue bits on it?
Yeah.
So it's like a wee kind of cheese thing. But then, but people said if you ate that, then it meant you were like, you would go infertile or something like that. Do you remember that?
I used to fucking tan them.
Oh, totally. Do they even still make them, by the way? I've not seen them
Bareback.
in years.
Can you imagine, like, should I use a condom? No, mate, I used to tan spearmint polos. Can he have wings? I'm like her for Game of Thrones. Just fucking faulting the girls with spearmint pill. Can you imagine?
So
I would have put that on my Tinder profile. That's the best urban legend I've ever heard, Larry.
Have you never? I can't believe you've never heard that before.
Oh, mate, do you know if a bird eats too many spearmint polos, she can't get pregnant?
That's honestly, it's genuinely what I've heard before. I was like, God, my hair's doing my nutting tonight. It's genuinely what I've heard. I heard that through school, and I even changed school, and I heard it as well.
Was it you? It was spreading it?
It might be. I might have just heard that, and like, I've spread this entire fucking huge. Because I'm even thinking, I've not seen spearmint polos in years, and I'm thinking, is this what brought it down? But then I had the same thought about skips. I hadn't seen skips in years, and then I saw them in Marks and Spencer's the other week. I thought skips had gone.
They cause cancer.
Skips cause cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Fucking Louise getting us sued there with her crazy anti-skip theory.
It's fun doing these things though as well, you know, when you kind of go, oh, you know, it's actually, you know, they say you smell toast before a stroke, it's actually that toast causes the stroke. It's good, you may as well just make shit up, because people are determined to believe all that stuff. Can I Google, am I able to Google this during?
Yeah,
Google it.
Actually, Google it.
I want to know the answer.
While Larry Googles that, we'll do like a quick wrap up, because I don't think it's unreasonable to expect things to be sent to you as is advertised, but I think we've got to a point in human society where we now expect things to be shit. Like the wish.com idea of you order something good and something shan arrives is pretty much a staple of pop culture. So is it unreasonable to order something shite and expect something good? Yeah, it's unreasonable. See, if you're paying £3 for a dress, it's going to be shite. It's not going to be good. Stop expecting it. I order these things with the full expectation that it's going to be guff, and I love it. It's what makes me happy. So I think the people who expect goodness when they order shite are being unreasonable. Louise, who do you think's being unreasonable in this situation?
I mean, I have to agree. If you're looking at something that's like £3 and you're getting you see these people online who are like, oh, this is what I ordered, and they're, you know, the picture's like some lovely model in a photoshopped outfit, and this is what it actually looks like, and it's like, you know, like basically an elastic band around their tits. It's like, well, you paid £2.50 for it. What are you expecting? Because you start factoring in, you know, where it's made, where it's, you know, how it's been shipped, how long it's taken to get to you. It's like, what the hell are you expecting? But this is me getting a bit serious here. But it's like that whole throwaway culture, isn't it? It's where it's people are kind of just like, oh, that's fine, I'll buy another one of them, or I'll buy like 2 pairs of them and I'll wear them about the house, and then if there's a hole in it, I'll just throw it away. And it's this whole idea that nobody repairs anything anymore, or nobody sort of like fixes stuff, or, you know, phones and radios, or just chuck them away or whatever.
This is where Louise stands up and then we see she's not wearing anything in the bottom half.
I've not had a pair of pants on for my pants. I'll tell you what, lockdown has broken every single pair of my leggings. I have worn them all out. Holes in every single pair of them.
I've stopped wearing pants during the lockdown. Also, my feet have got too soft.
So was mine.
Because I've
I
not
was
been
thinking
wearing
that the other
shoes as
day.
much.
Yeah, just like, yeah.
Right, Larry, let's do a quick update. Larry, do spearmint polyments cause infertility?
Well, obviously, I didn't get to read the entire thing, but evaluation of possible toxic effects of spearmint in brackets mentha spectata on
Mentha spectata.
Mentha spectata. Oh, yeah, she does a pub quiz at Polo once a week. My favourite drag queen. On the reproductive system, fertility, and a number of offspring in adult male rats. So, yeah, they've done tests on it, so the rumour must have travelled quite far. This is according to ncbi.nlm.nih.gov. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what country that. Because if it's .gov, that'll mean it's a country, innit? Because of government.
Larry, I have no idea. I stopped listening when you started listing letters.
Right, okay.
Larry, who's being unreasonable? When you buy something cheap and you expect something good, should you get what's advertised or should you get what you pay for?
It depends what it is, but at the same time, it's like when people think that stuff is going to magically fix stuff, if like, because I love skincare and I can't stand it when someone borrows like or uses like a serum or like a moisturiser of mine and then they go, oh, it says it like it gets rid of wrinkles or it brightens your eyes or something like that, and then it's like, but it didn't work. I'm like, well, how many times do you use it? Go once. It's like, do you honestly think there's something that's gonna like it's gonna magically do stuff? That shit that bams me up. But when it comes to cheap stuff, fuck it. If it's £2, then just get another one. I'm a environmentalist, but at the same time I'm human and I'm definitely willing to keep getting stuff over and over again if it keeps breaking and not complain about it.
Sean?
You get what you pay for.
Old man Shawnee, he's such an old man, he don't know young words, he gets confused, and here's the phrase today. Sean's parents had hoped he'd be a sawbone and make some long green, but instead he's a galoot.
Is long green like money?
Yes!
Yes, I got one! That's it. I may as well give up now.
I will say that is from 1880. That is youth speak from the 1800s. This is one of those special ones where I've got youth speak from the olden days.
Is a galoot not just like a big idiot?
Yes, it is.
Because my mum used to call me that all the time. She'd be like, "You big
Do
galoot."
you know where it first originated?
My grand's house. I don't know.
Come on, have a guess.
Like what country?
Just where it comes from.
To come from Scotland?
No, it comes from literature. It was originally used in Huckleberry Finn.
Oh, does it?
Mm-hmm.
So what's the other one? Sawbone?
Mm-hmm. Also from literature.
What was the sentence again?
Sean's parents had hoped he'd be a sawbone and make some long green, but instead he's a galoot.
Is a sawbone a doctor? Yes! I have never got all three before.
Absolutely.
Do you know where it comes from? Sawbone, first use.
Literature?
Because it was a literature-themed sentence.
Is it from... I don't know. What's Hamlet writes Oliver Twist? Is it? Is it?
Come on, everybody! Sing it now!
You're on fire?
Sean, it was Charles Dickens. It was from the
What's it?
Papers. Oh!
I'm getting really high pitched now. What's that? What's that?
I've never been so happy for you. No, I mean, it's
guys, I've never got any of these.
It's telling that the one time you do well, it's kind of not really youth speak, and it's just jargon from the olden days.
Old man speak.
Like, oh yeah, old man speak.
Oh, Sean, I'm so proud.
I know.
But yeah,
so happy.
There
I'll
we
never
go.
get any ever again.
Sean's parents had hoped he'd be a sawbone and make some long green, but instead he's a galoot. AKA Sean's parents had hoped he'd be a doctor and make some money, but instead he's an idiot.
That's probably depressingly true. We'll move on to...
And this concludes Old Man Sean.
My husband received something very strange in the post. In the post today, my husband received a letter. It was handwritten with his name and address on the outside. No return info. The writing in the envelope is definitely a woman's. Inside is a copy of an essay. I googled it, and it's by Robert Louis Stevenson. It's called On Marriage. The gist of it is that marriage has lots of ups and downs and requires communication. There's nothing else, no name, just a folded printout of this essay. I'm shaking. This feels so surreal. I hope I'm overreacting. He's currently at work. P.S. We open each other's post. We think nothing of it. Usually it's always junk or bills. So, what do you think's going on?
So what's the essay?
The essay is On Marriage. It's Robert Louis Stevenson. I think there's bits from it. If you want, I can read a wee bit of it.
Hold on, Robert Louis Stevenson, On Marriage. Let me have. Hope, they say, deserts us at no period of our existence. From first to last, and in the face of smarting disillusions, we continue to expect good fortune, better health, and better conduct, and that so confidently that we judge it needless to deserve them. I think it improbable that I shall ever write like Shakespeare, conduct an army like Hannibal, or distinguish myself like Marcus Aurelius in the paths of virtue. And yet I have my bad days. Ooh, don't we all have our bad days?
What I love is, Ashley, why are you giving them a voice of that guy who's in every church and goes, "Do you want to do the offertory?"
But hold on, is Robert Louis Stevenson not Scottish?
Yeah,
I
yes.
assume so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is probably what he sounded like. I think I'm actually giving quite a fucking accurate rendition of. I did think it through.
It's the,
Lannister.
what's it called? It's that you gave it that Scottish accent of holding in a burp. You know that one where they talk like that and then
Yes.
they do
It's a Presbyterian voice. I think I pretty much fucking nailed it. And yet I have my bad days. Hope prompting when I am very ready to believe that I shall combine all these various excellences in my own person and go marching down to posterity with divine honours. There is nothing so monstrous, but we can believe it of ourselves, about our aspirations and delinquencies. We have dwelt by choice in a delicious vagueness from our own boyhood up. No one will have forgotten Tom Sawyer's aspiration. If only he could die temporarily. I don't get what that's got to do with fucking marriage, Robert.
Me neither.
What is good on?
I don't think if that's a prelude to her husband dipping his wick, then I would be like, do you know what? I'm backing away for this because that's weird as fuck.
Yeah, to be honest, as soon as I heard it's just anything to do with marriage and it's wrote in a woman's handwriting or anything like that, I was just. But I'm such a catastrophizer, so immediately I'll just be like, yeah, cool,
Yeah.
I've cheated, I'm leaving,
Yeah.
packing a bag. Yeah, I don't even need an explanation because they're just gonna lie to me and gaslight me. So I'm running away. So yeah, but I'm like the least. If anyone has a problem in their relationship, I am the worst person to ever ask advice from because I'm just like, they're cheating. That's all it is. They always do it. You know.
And I'm
Can't
the
trust
Larry.
anyone.
The first sign of anything that is even remotely annoying, I'm like, nah. 10 years down the line, I'm going to try and kill you. Bye. I can't. I can't. So if I'd seen that, I'd be like, that's fucking weird. Go have fun, pal. Enjoy. And then I'd make him feel weird about it.
But then, what? Because I'm even trying to figure out of what other logical explanation could it be.
What
It
would be
kind of
the
sounds
other
like
reason?
the type of thing I would do though to wind somebody up is just like start posting Robert Louis Stevenson essays through people's letterboxes to see what happens.
Tell you what, mate. Why don't you just do it?
Spray perfume on it.
Aye.
Like, yeah, that if you don't like someone, that's actually the. Oh man, that's so cruel, but it's so funny. It's like so difficult to track.
When I was a teenager, I used to do it in train stations for a laugh. Like if I saw a guy with a girl, I'd be like, oh, I'm telling my sister, and then I'd just run. And then my friends would dare me to do it, and because I could really fucking commit to a part, I'd be in like Hillhead train station shouting across the platform until the train came. Like, I cannot believe you've done this to Nadine, and I would go for it loudly.
That was you?
Yes, that was
Rude! Marriage!
Do you want to give us more hints as to what's going on? Or Louise, first of all, what do you think is going on here?
See, I'm a bit like Larry, where I would probably jump to a terrible, terrible conclusion, and only because of past experiences, I'd be like, "That's it, it's over." And my hands would be shaking as soon as I saw the handwritten envelope, but I'd be like, "Oh no." But then I don't know. Then you would read the contents, which sound a bit. There's nothing sexy about it.
Nothing sexy about
Nothing
it.
sexy.
Nothing.
Apart from your voice, it was a sexy voice. But the contents of said essay were, I mean, I don't want to say, you know, he's considered a fantastic writer, but I don't want to say it's a bit dry, but it was a bit
very dry. It was very dry. It was a dry ass pussy. I think that you're right. I don't think there's anything erotic about it. Sean, tell us more about what's going on here.
So obviously a lot of people thought it was cheating. So the husband came home.
Did they really?
Yeah,
Did a lot of people think it was cheating?
Most people were like, "Oh, he's cheating on you. You better pack your bags." So her husband came home, and she tells him in the weirdest way. She says like she waits till he's like playing with the kids, and she goes, "Oh, I forgot to tell you, a letter came for you today," and he's freaked out by it, and he doesn't know who it's from, and he thinks it's a bit serial killery because he's noticed that the handwritten part on the envelope was they used a ruler to write the address.
So he claims that it's
Well,
just
he
like
claims that he didn't know anything about it, and he felt it was a bit serial killerish, and that it was making his head hurt. But he would deal with it later, which to me kind of sounds like, give me time to think up a reason.
Later. Yeah, that's bullshit. What? Deal with it later.
I don't want to trigger Larry because I know he loves rabbits, but this is very much like that Glenn Close film where she boils a rabbit.
Yeah.
What's that film called?
Fatal Attraction.
That's the one. Thank you so much. This is very Fatal Attraction-y. I feel like Glenn Close is like hiding in the next house all fucking sugary. Like, if I write him an essay, he'll enjoy it.
Yeah, well, people asked that. They were like, has he been married before? Has he got any exes? Or like somebody who might write it and says no.
An intense secretary.
Oh, mate. Well, she said that they were being married quite young. They can't think of anybody like that. They've not got a common name or street name. So it just makes her sound a bit.
Well, it's somebody that knows where he lives.
Yeah.
That's either local or has made an effort to drive to the location.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but was it addressed or was it post? Was it hand delivered or was it addressed?
No, there was a thingy on it. I think there was a stamp on it.
Was there a stamp on it?
So it was
addressed.
addressed.
Class.
Was it recorded mail?
There was no return address, obviously.
Do you ever watch those Channel 5 programmes that are on about 4 o'clock where it's always a man who's like intense secretary kills his first wife and then takes her place in the house, and it's always the same looking blonde woman who kind of looks like a shy Laura Linney. And it's always called like She Saw Darkness.
Yeah.
And then she was like cool, but then she wasn't, and she was a cow. Have you ever seen them? This is what that's starting to feel like. And it was filmed in Canada, but they pretend it's New York.
Like The Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
Oh, but The Hand That Rocks the Cradle was a completely different fucking kettle of fish, Sean.
It's the same fucking thing. It's a blonde woman.
It's not the same thing. She wasn't an odd woman. Her husband was a gynecologist who'd molested the woman who'd had the baby. She went to the police. He killed himself. She lost her baby because of the trauma of her husband being a beast. And then she went, befriended the new woman, tried to steal her baby, and blamed the black handyman.
Well,
But get it right, Sean.
It's been a while since I've seen it, alright?
It's a fucking masterpiece of cinema. And then
It's a
the
good film.
asthmatic lady gets trapped in the greenhouse and it falls in on her. It's so good.
Is it or is it
Spoiler
not?
alert.
I know. Is it or is it not a blonde lady who appears to be really nice at first and then is just a bit of a psycho? Which is exactly what you
She's got
described.
reason. She's got backstory. In the Channel 5 ones, it's just a fucking mental burn. There's no good reason for it. She hasn't got like a motivation. She's just like, I want what you have and now I have what you wanted. In The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, she was like, you ruined my life. Even though my husband was a pervert, I'm going to now ruin your life and take the baby that you took from me in my psychotic mind. And then she breastfeeds the baby.
See, speaking of nothing you're talking about, but because you said it, have what you want. Me and my wife have been rewatching Dawson's Creek, and
So bad.
they should just call
Never
that.
seen it.
They should just call that show you want what you want until you have it, and then you don't want it anymore. Because that's what happens. Every character wants something, and then they get it, and then they're like, "Oh, I don't want that anymore."
Yeah, that's pretty much every teen show ever. But hashtag Pacey for life.
Yeah, he's only like decent one out when you watch it a second time.
Yeah,
but it is like, see, right now because of the lockdown and stuff. See, watching it again, it is like kind of therapeutic because it's just this stupid wee show where nothing really happens, and it's just like a nice wee setting and stuff. So you kind of watch it, and you're like, it reminds me of a better time when we weren't all stuck in the house.
Oh, okay.
And we were young.
Oh, we've just heard about a woman killing someone and all that, and weirdly, what Sean just said is the saddest thing.
Is there any further like development? Does this story unfurl?
No, it immediately concludes the next after that.
Oh, right, it immediately concludes.
Immediately concludes.
Right, hold on, before it concludes, because is there a twist, Sean? Is there a twist?
I suppose it's kind of a twist. It's an unexpected.
Right, okay. Let's all take. If you haven't read it, have you?
No.
Okay, I haven't read it either. Right, Louise, what is your guess of what's going to happen next?
Right. I think he has. I would like to know what he does for a job, right?
He works in engineering or something.
He's an engineer.
So they're just going to send him an essay. It's not as if he's like an English professor or something. Okay, he's maybe do you know what? His ma hates the wife, and this is her attempt to try and convince her beautiful son to leave the horrific blonde.
I love this. This is the best.
Janitor killing, not even a janitor, the guy. But this is what it is, and it's going to culminate in the ma having asthma and the greenhouse falling in.
There's a programme called I Fell in Love with a Mama's Boy. You have to watch it. It's so good. Lanny, what do you think happens next?
I think it turns out that he was actually seeing another lady the whole time, and she was trying to. He was keeping both secret from his wife about his girlfriend from his wife. His girlfriend has found out about his wife and is now trying to convince him that he should leave her to be with her.
Okay, get you?
Yeah.
I think that he has suffered a trauma and he has split personality. And his second personality is a fan of essays. And thought, I'm going to post this to other me because he'll like this.
Hold on. I'm beginning to think you're not taking this seriously, actually.
I think that has happened in at least 3 crime programmes I've watched. So.
Okay, do you want to know what happened?
Yes.
Yes.
It was an eye test from work. I find that incredibly suspicious, but apparently his dad got one too.
Oh, that's a fucking lie. That's made up. That's
way.
bullshit. His dad's like, I've got your back. No, I got it as well. It's an eye test for engineers. We don't do the ABCD thing. We read essays. That's bullshit, made up nonsense.
How can it be an eye test as well when the fact that it's a piece of paper, you can put it as close to your face as you want?
And who's the adjudicator of this eye test? Is it like, do it yourself? That sounds like a fucking Dominic Cummings eye test. That's a bullshit eye test. I don't believe it. Sean, there must be some sort of follow-up to this where she's realised that that's a lie and she's a gullible cow.
Well, she says, so basically the dad said that he got it too, and it was sent out by a lady who apparently didn't think to include what it was. It is he called his family to ask if they had any clue, and his dad was the one that solved it and said it's it's called a Jaeger eye test. Google it. That's what she says. So obviously maybe people have not been believing her. That's what the J's stand for above each paragraph, looking like the sheet I got.
I need to Google it.
So Google Jaeger eye test.
Like a Jaeger bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jaeger eye test?
He works somewhere different every day, apparently, so different sites require him to do a yearly eye exam.
Yeah, it's like a little essay.
Oh, yeah.
Usually he does it when he gets there, but they sent it out to his house because of COVID, apparently.
Oh,
It does
fuck,
sound like it's
even-
made up, though.
I've just even realised what's going to happen now. I've just googled Jaeger eye test, and now Instagram is going to try and sell me glasses for the
Yeah.
next 48 hours.
That's what.
Yeah.
That's insane, though. I still don't believe that. I think that's a bullshit lie they've made up because Sandra, an accountant, is like, I want what you have.
She's clearly been getting a lot of shit about it because she says, I've been chuckling about this, and my God, I can't believe some of these women on here could even read their phone screen from their fucking high horse.
Oh,
Oh God! I
Oh,
hope
no.
sassy and a COVID symptom,
my
otherwise they're
God.
riddled.
Someone is bitching the pot.
Mate, that's fucking intense. Sean, that's the best one you've ever found. There was drama, there was high energy. I thought that maybe there was a split personality or an evil twin. I loved that one. Well
Well,
done.
to be fair,
That
I
was-
believe-
this is the episode. This is the episode where Sean does well.
Hey!
Oh.
I'm glad I was here for it.
It makes a change.
I believe it as well, to be honest. I actually believe the Jaeger eye test thing because you know when they say, I can't remember what the philosophy part of it is, but when they say the simplest explanation is probably the actual one.
Yeah.
It's
I think
Occam's
the
razor.
weirdest, the weirdest explanation is the one I'm probably more likely to believe.
Because it's always the weirdest thing. It's never the most reasonable explanation. It's never. That's a bullshit thing made up by muggles to try and keep you on the fucking straight and narrow.
Exactly.
It's
That's just-
never
that
the most
raises for-
reasonable thing. It's always aliens. It's always ghosts. It's not a
Exactly.
draft.
Exactly. And if you think the same way we do, join us on BBC Scotland.
For spirit
Oh.
measure.
So,
Spirit Major.
And then when they do like a double bill of it, the continuity woman's going to be like, and tonight it's a double measure of spirit measure.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I can't wait.
every week you advertised your stuff on here, and now you're advertising shows you've not even made yet.
I'm going to pitch this to Paul as soon as I get off. I'm going to text Paul and be like, I've got $1 million idea, Paul. Get it written up, get it sent in.
Will we move on to the acronym?
Yes, please.
So this week's acronym is FLBP.
FLBP. Fuck like Bill Portman.
No.
Fuck like Bill Pullman.
Does he fuck?
Fuck like Billy Piper.
It's not fuck like anybody.
Anything else I guess?
Are these all good fuckers?
Where does this acronym? Where does it come from? The acronym? Like, where have you found it? Is it on Mumsnet?
Yes, it was on a parenting forum.
I
So
have
it is
a
like a forum thing?
legit. I have a legit. Females like big penises.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Feeling lost, but
Brave pirate. Feels like bipolar.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, it feels like I'm in love has got a new remix to it. I'm terrible at these things.
It feels like bipolar.
Do you not get the thing? I get this whenever I look at anyone's ever said, "What does this stand for?" I kind of forget all the words in the English language beginning with those letters.
Come on, Larry.
I'm terrible at that as well.
Okay, Funny Larry bums Pope. There's my one. Probably that. Those
Popper
are, those, are the
Pope
only,
right there.
those are the only words I know with each of those letters at the beginning of them.
Fridge light brain paradox.
funny looking
Yeah.
bitch pot. Sorry, I love that bitch pot thing. It's my
Have we
new
got
favourite
any
thing.
of the words? Have we... Family life birthing plan.
No, not a single word.
Is it birthing plan?
Oh,
No.
birthday party maybe. Family life birthday party.
First light bongo pot.
Feeling loose, big pump.
Ooh. Ooh, ooh. Feeling loose, bring pot.
No, I told you haven't got any of the words.
Finger lube. Finger lube? No.
One of the words
Uh-huh.
we have mentioned a lot, and Larry got poked in it.
Back.
Oh, guys.
Yes.
Okay,
Backpack.
back pain.
What?
Oh.
Back.
Pain
It's the whole thing is similar to that.
is similar to a backpack or back pain.
Pain.
Okay. Front.
Fucking
Like back pain.
Larry. Fucking Larry
Pain's not
brings
the
poltergeist.
words, but
Okay, pain's not the word, right?
that's like similar to back pain.
Full lumbar back puncture.
No.
Back paralysis.
Feel Larry back poke.
Yeah.
Phantom Larry back poke. I know it's not an
And
F.
see, there you
still.
go. Maybe sometimes the simplest explanation is the right one.
Right. So it's something to do with back pain. But it's not back pain, but it's pain all over.
Paralysis.
No,
Back
it's not all over.
paralysis.
It's to do with pain and
Pregnancy.
no pain in part of the back.
Pain of pa-
Can we have different letters?
It's not Scrabble.
Back pack. Back pocket. Back pooch. Back pun. Back peen. Back
If there was
pull.
something wrong with your back, what would you call it? Apart from pain.
Problem. Back
Yes.
problem.
Okay.
So the last two words are back problems.
FL back problems.
Got 99
FL?
back problems.
Yeah. Second word is part. It could be like, it's like part of the back or a section.
Okay.
Lumbar. Full lumbar. Something lumbar back problem.
No, just like not as specific.
Oh, full
Are you having a stroke?
Oh,
Let me tell you.
Ellis, no! I don't. This is the first time. No, this can't be the first time that Sean gets Old Man Sean right, and I don't get the acronym. I will literally throw myself out of this window into the forest behind me.
So if you split your back in two, what would you call the two parts?
My
Front and
wings.
lower back problems.
Lower?
Oh.
Lower.
Fucking lower back problems.
No, but it does start with F-U.
Fugly lower back problems. Fungal lower back problems.
On lower back problems. You never hear those
Hey,
stories.
No.
Is it a
No.
fun lower back problem? Is it like her put her back out because he pushed her so hard?
No.
That
It's-
happened in Bridgerton, mate. You don't get fucked on a set of stairs and come away without a fun lower back problem. I need to stop talking
It's-
about that.
And
People are getting really uncomfortable with me talking about how much Pussy Munching is in Bridgerton. But I loved it.
if you were like anticipating lower back problems?
Ooh, feeling lower back problems?
No, if you were like thinking that you might have lower back problems at some point.
Future lower back problems.
Yes, future lower back problems.
What does that mean?
I don't know, I'll just give you the acronym.
You're not allowed to call this episode the one where Sean does well. That's a terrible acronym. You picked a bad one. Boo, Sean!
What?
Boo!
I need to
Boo,
know the context.
everybody!
Actually, why didn't you call the was it called this show like do an acronym of the one that Sean does well? Oh, that'd be TOT.
The one where Sean almost did well.
This- You're just being a bad loser. Like I lose Old Man Sean every week, and I don't like throw my
Oh,
positive around.
you go red. I just want to say to the listeners who
Go red all the time.
when Sean's cut out the bit where I'm talking about plums, the reason you can hear me eating is because I'm eating a dry plum. That's what that noise throughout the acronym was.
And it's available to buy. You
From-
gotta do your shit.
Okay, it's time for us to do our plugs. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Is there anything you would like to plug? Louise, first of all, is there anything you'd like to plug? Have you got any podcasts? Have you got an Insta? I know you're on Twitter. What have you got to share?
Yeah, just Twitter is really the only place that I kind of hang out. I'm in Scott Squad this week as well, make a wee brief appearance. And that is, I think that's it. Hi.
Ooh. Make sure you tune in to Scott Squad to see Louise doing her thing. Larry, what have you got to punt?
Nothing. I hate this crap. So thanks for listening to me put some money in the bucket. I have Instagram, TikTok, Twitter that I never use, Facebook. It's Larry Dean Comedy, and I've got a podcast hopefully coming out at some point in the future as soon as I actually record it. And I'm doing things. That's basically what my social media is. Yeah, other comedians. I'm doing things. So yeah, just check us out. Oh, for fuck's sake! Look, see me and Ashley on our ghost show on BBC. That's what I'm gonna plug. I may as well plug that. And I want my mum to know thank you very much, and I want my boyfriend to know I love him. Okay, thank you.
Oh, see, so cute.
Girls take it seriously. It was definitely a joke. I don't have a boyfriend.
Ashley.
You can listen to me every Friday night on BBC Radio Scotland from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. You can watch season 2 of Up For It on the BBC iPlayer, and you can watch me every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on twitch.tv/Ashley Storrie or Jerry Godley's fan page from 9 p.m.
What? Hold on.
That was so professional.
That was like too good. Hold on, you made mine sound even worse. I knew mine was bad, but that was fucking that was way too good.
I don't even think I looked at the camera when I did mine, so I was like,
Exactly, yeah. The only thing that was missing at the end of that, Ashley, was you saying terms and conditions apply.
May cause chafing.
Future lower back problems.
Hey, I'm a professional broadcaster. I'm good at this shit now. Okay. Guys, it's coming up for 11 o'clock, but before then, here's the news.
Okay, can I try mine again?
Yeah.
Have to keep. All right, we'd have to keep in the first one, obviously, to show how much I've improved after Ashley's influence. Okay. Thank you very much for having me, guys. My name is Larry
Look at the camera.
Dean, okay. All right, sorry. Okay. Thank you very much for Larry Dean, BBC News. Right. Okay. Thank you very much. Why am I even doing that? Thank you very much for having me. Okay. Right. Thank you for having me, guys. My name is Larry Dean. You can find me on Larry Dean Comedy, which is on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Or you can find me on YouTube. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Make sure you press subscribe. Thank you very much, guys.
Oh, dab. Sean, where can people find you?
You can find me on YouTube, Sean Wilkie. You can watch my sketches on BBC Short Stuff and BBC Social, and I'm on Twitter.
What's your name on Twitter?
Oh yeah, Sit Down Dad.
Right, guys, I need to go. My dad's literally hovering at the side of the room, like, can I come in now?
Oh,
that's it.
Well, thanks very much for coming on, guys.
Thank you, guys. That was good fun.
Seeing you.
Thanks.
See you, guys. Hopefully see you.
Bye, Lannister. Bye, Louise.
Bye, partner.
Eat a pickle.